1, 2, 3, 4. Is it working now? Okay, perfect. Looks like it's working now, everyone. Hello, folks. Hello, people. We're about to play some good old Solemnity 9 lives combo, which is very annoying. Annoying for opponents to play against, but that's kind of the philosophy of this deck. It's the philosophy. It is the philosophy of this deck to provide a proper challenge to the opponent. Do we want this? We definitely want the 9 lives, but do we want this? I guess it's alright. Do we care for 3 life? Like, Oppo isn't exactly pounding us down with damage. So let's not have it. Hope I don't regret and they start getting aggro all of a sudden. They might with those colors. I mean, they do have all the colors. So it could be really anything could be going on here. It's pretty much useless, but one cute combo that you can do in this deck is you can Curator's Ward, the Witching Well, and then sack it, and then draw a bunch of cards, and a ridiculous amount of cards just for. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. We do need to find the land, so I'd rather do this, but we can do it in a turn. It's an instant. It ain't an instant if you play it in your main phase, folks. Remember that lesson. So now let's thirst for the meaning of life. And the meaning of life is land. Or the counter the meaning of life. That's just mean. That's just rude. So we're gonna have to find another way to find meaning in this life. And that's by doing cute combos with Witching Well. Intricate as it is, wonky and janky as it is, this is a janky deck. Anyway, so that's what we're here for. Oppo just getting aggro on us all of a sudden. Cost additional 3 life. Okay, that could be annoying. No, no, it isn't actually. Because we don't care about life. Life is just a concept. Another creature enters the battlefield. Deals damage equal to. Yeah, I don't care about dealing damage to anything. So, I mean, we could still bind it, but really. Oh, that's amazing, folks. That's just gloriously amazing. We can do the combo next turn, I think. 3 and 3. What? Oh, I didn't load the ontap.gg app. Have to count lands by hand. This is unusual. Most unusual. But we do find a land. I run out of time. If we do find a land, it means we could do the thing. More dragons. It's a dragon tribal, looks like. Looks like. Haha. Haha. Why is just the concept, boys? Just the concept, guys. Just the concept, folks and people. Folks and people. I guess we do it because I'm playing 9 lives here because it doth have hexproof, as you can see, and it doth let us Solemnity plus Curator War next turn, assuming a land on top. Look at the bolasing. Look at all the bolasing. Magic the bolasing. Okay, this is the one we care the least, I guess. 10 damage attack creature playing walker, don't care. Graveyard, blah blah blah. Except all but the bottom card target player's library. That could be a little bit annoying. A little bit annoying. It's a risk either way. I could risk it by discarding the ward. I could risk it by discarding the other one. Honestly. But now look at the giant who came to say hello. That doth take care of the bolus problem. Or takes care of the counter problem. Are we dead? Is it possible that we're dead? There's 3 counters here, 3 lives, 2 more sources of damage, and we're toasty. Are we toast? Okay, we're not dead. Not quite yet. Not quite yet, boys. We can do this, people. We can do this, folks. And then we should be fine. For a while. For a while. For a little while. Until Oppo decides to ultimate the bolas. Oh, 2 bolas. That's great. I don't even have an answer for the first one. You're dropping 2 bolas on us like it's nothing. Yeah, whatever. Let's do the combo, folks. The combo I was talking about is amazing, as you can see. Clear the mind. Not quite there yet. That's scary as hell. Scary as hell. Draws a card. Or what else? What's the other one? Deals 5 down. Doesn't care. Doesn't care about that. Not too good. Not too good. We need to exile that Nicole Bowlers ASAP. Yeah, that is not very nice. Not very cool. We got bolused. We definitely got bolused out of this game.
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Alright, this is it. This is the thing. Oh, look. I forgot these annoying emotes. Let's go on our own terms. That was an annoying bolus. We should have discarded the ward. Most definitely the ward. Bolus was too scary. We did the wrong thing, and now we know. Hindsight Always 2020. Always take care of the thread, of the seen thread rather than the unseen thread. I chose to keep the ward in case of an unseen destruction against enchantment. Something I was just assuming rather than the thing that was right in front of our eyes. Why? Makes no sense. It's illogical. Do not play like that, folks. Play. You're better than me. Play better than me. We do have one of the pieces, but we're missing a planes. Might be able to scry it well, scry it very well. No planes, no planes, but it's a land. Do we want it? I think it's fine, especially because we have another well. Okay, we did it. That was weird, definitely. These things happen. I was reading earlier how good game is annoying, and it is annoying. And people were saying like, I never say good game. I always say thank you for the game. We do have an emote that says thanks, so you could use that. Then that will become annoying. I think it's the nature of arena emos to make anything and everything annoying, honestly. So the it's not really like the words fault or anything, or the specific words. It's it's how they are used, and they're always going to be used wrong in arena because because well, it's an anonymous channel, and as such, people people feel entitled to be assholes, pretty much. That's why they do it, and they're going to use everything as a weapon. Probably Oppo no not being very aggro, so I guess we can take a turn off to scry a bunch of lands. 3, 4. Do we need 5? Probably yes. But do we need 6? Probably not. 6. Oh, sorry. Thought it was the shock land. Read the cards before you play them, even if they're lands. it's a good trick to read the stuff before you actually play it. Don't be like me. You're better. Be better. Three lands mean we can safely cycle this card. Then next turn maybe Fair Wishes, unless they give us an extremely good target for binding. And then next turn after that we time wipe. What are we looking for wishes? That's a great question what we're wishing for. What are we wishing for? Another binding. I guess one of the combo pieces, but combo pieces aren't actually there in the wishboard, should we? I think we should, right? Was that glitch? It looked like this, like one in the blue. It's not one in the blue, it's three in the blue. Not a lot of exciting stuff here. This is supposed to be like for the late game, but I guess we could leave a 9 lives here for the wishboard and a Solemnity for the wishboard, and that would be fine. Manipulation says nothing is too expensive. Everything's too expensive. What the hell? I should have picked maybe something to draw cards with. Not that there was anything in there. I should. That's another good thing. That's why the wish board is so bare, because I didn't know what to put in there until we actually play a couple of games. So we know we want something to draw cards with. We want probably one of the comp pieces or a way to find it, like an idyllic tutor would be nice there. The longest attack ever. Kaching, kaching. Nice. Something to steal, folks. Alas, we do not have the blue. So instead, let's exile it and put decent blocker. Why didn't they exile the binding though? They're looking at it now, but it's too late. Oh, one permanent, yeah. There's the blue. Too late though. Desperation mode. We are in desperation mode, folks. Do not judge me. This cat deck is beating the living hell out of us somehow. Let's see if we can find something. I guess we shatter the skies. It's the rightful thing to do, isn't it? Isn't it, folks? We definitely need more blue, but I don't think we need any of that. Okay, there's more blue. That's the stuff we're looking for. So now that we're basically immortal, what we're looking for is a way to win. And we can fetch it with a one of these. Where is it? Fey of Wishes. Is it exiled? How is it exiled? Oh, because of the conclave. Okay, so actually, we have the tools in our hand already. Let's just exile the conclave tribunal and get our fairy back. That should get things going. Yeah, counters don't exist. Cats without counters are sad cats indeed. I guess those are fine. Like, neither of those are going to let us win the game, but I guess we already have the tools, and basically we can't lose the game at this point, but we can still win it. Let's see. Yeah, we can do it this turn. Although, can we cancel? Actually, I don't want to do it this turn because then it leaves our Solemnity unprotected. So, is this an instant? Yeah. Let's do that at the end of their turn. We're going to revitalize, get the thirst, draw a bunch of cards, and then do the fate wishes at the end of their turn. Looks it's a cats versus cats deck. Technically, is this a cat? That's a cat technically. I will allow it. Okay, so end of my turn is end of your turn. This is what we're going to do. Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have a problem, folks. We could mill ourselves. Unless we mill them first. That was wrong. I shouldn't have played the Fair Wishes. I needed mana up to protect the Solemnity. Always leave mana up to protect your precious life. On second thought, I don't really, we don't really want to put the 9 lives on the wish board, because then that leaves us with one fewer for the main board, and there's only one fave wishes in the whole deck, so it doesn't increase the chance of getting 9 lives. If anything, it makes it more difficult. If I were running like 4 fave wishes, then yes, that would totally make sense. But as things are, it's not such a good idea. Two solemnities. Guess we could ditch one. Okay, this is going to be funny. This is not great, folks, but we could buy sometimes with a revitalize. Since they're not playing any more creatures, maybe they have a flash creature. Wait until they target your creature to sacrifice it. For Christ's sakes. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sagas are useless with the Solemnity, so I should put something else in the wishboard, I guess. That would be wise. Mm, I think we're still almost dead. If they're holding. Oh, I forgot that too. Two cute interactions. I should have played the Fate. Two very cute interactions. The deck of the Numbos. Harsh lessons. No nine lives to be seen. That's really, really annoying. Really unfortunate. Really unlikely. lose two, gain three. Everything's alright with the world. We can play 9 lives, but should we? Probably not. Probably not. We could trade for the Triton. Look at this. How nice. Not a single Solemnity. And 3 9 lives. Quite the opposite from our last game, where no 9 lives were ever seen. I guess we just hold. Okay, this is actually nice. I did it right this time. No Solemnity. Probably the plating's not gonna be very good for us. It's not what we need. With the Curator's Ward, we can protect the Solemnity once it shows up, decides to show up. And now we even have an attacker if they don't hold any removal, which seems they don't. 4 and 2 is not 7 according to my math, so let's do it. I'm not going to enchant the Witching Well because we need to save the ward for the Solemnity. Okay, let's keep digging. All is fine. This is fine. We can do a quick Heliod's intervention if we feel it's needed, but doesn't look like it's going to be needed. They're not draining us for life or anything. I'd rather save it for any pesky enchantments or artifacts they might play. They're not attacking, which is pretty weird. Here we are, folks, living the dream. That's the dream. Now we are inevitable. Now you might be asking yourselves, how do we win? It's a reasonable question, but really, if we can't lose. Oh, wait, this deals damage? Oh, it deals damage. I thought for a second I was losing life, in which case we would have been screwed. So, first, I'm gonna crack this, but I don't want to get drained out of the blue. They don't seem to be holding drain spells, but just to be absolutely sure, let's do this for 9, gain 18. Did I do math wrong? Is it possible that my math was wrong? 5 and 4. I don't know. Oh, I paid 18. I need to pay 9. Math was okay. My clicking, on the other hand, was nonsense. Total utter nonsense. So how do we win? Yeah. So there's a Fae of Wishes somewhere. It's not in the yard, so it's gonna be somewhere. And that's one of the methods of winning. This is another method of not losing. Maybe we want this cry actually. We want to find that Fae of Wishes to be able to start winning. Sure. Not like we're doing anything with that mana anyway. So with the 5 wishes, we can get something from our limited wish board, which isn't complete yet. But we do have the idea is that we have an array of different win conditions in the wish board. So we already have a Teferi's tutelage. Um, we already have a Dance of the Mans, which is really nice. We can convert all of these stupid enchantments in the yard, like the repeated solemnities, repeated, not the 9 lives, that wouldn't be wise, but the repeated solemnities and curators, wars, excellence bindings, and etc. We can turn all those into 4/4s after a shattered sky. That's usually lethal. That should be lethal. So that's another way if we want to do the aggro way. But there's also tutelage, and more ideas are welcome. Attacking with the giant is usually one way to win also, but in this case, um, we would need a time. What is it? The one that bounces our creatures and destroys everything. Let me check. Time wipe. We do have a time wipe. Oh, I should have played the castle. This is another of our weird methods of not losing the game. And it can be actually cast with the Fey of Wishes if we get some green mana generator that we have in the wish board. So now we can start scrying at least and get some of the action going. I would really wish that opponent would just concede, because why are they still playing? Really, they can't win. But so is life. Such are people. They are very obstinate. They don't want to, even if they can't win. They just don't want to lose. Like, I know I can't win, but until you make me lose, I'm not losing this game. So they're very obstinate in that way. And that's fine. It's fine by me. We'll make them lose eventually. But it does take some time. This deck is more suited to not dying than to winning. But here's one. And then here's another way in which we can win. Okay, so next time we get to see our wish board and get something next turn. But this rice really is already cooked. I would, like, if I were someone playing against this combo, I would just concede unless I know I have something in the deck that can get rid of it. Like, if I do have something in the deck, then I wouldn't. But and we're going to assume that that's the case, but it's not always the case. There's also mass manipulation, which somehow makes people concede also. Let's go with the tutelage first. They're at 21, we're at 10. Wow. We're 10. That's fine because we have this. And now we're 29. And now they know we have inevitability. They were probably playing to milling us first, but we showed them two ways how that wasn't a very good plan. It wasn't a feasible plan of action if we're milling them two cards for every card we draw. And then we can cycle our graveyard. Let's play a ranked one and see if there is any difference. Is it the standard 2021? No, that's not it, right? Should this be like probably historic ranked? Well, I could try. Let me see what happens if I do this. Oh, it doesn't show up. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's try this against historic ranked. See how we fare. We're playing a lot of new cards. I bet we could make this deck standard with a couple of changes. There isn't any piece of the combo here, but we do have a lot of scrying and drawing cards that also know blue. But Revitalize could get us the blue that we need in time. Oh, see? Nothing to worry about. It was a risky keep though. Here's one of our combo pieces. This is not one of them. So we can ditch it, but 9 lives definitely a priority. Doesn't mean we're playing it on turn 3 or anything, but it's good to have 50% of our combo. Oppo is playing a little bit slow. Let's start with the well. No reason for planes yet. Another 9 lives, we don't need that. This one could be useful eventually, but not what we're looking for right this second. I assume Oppo's deck is somewhat aggressive since they're playing short sword, but so far, no aggression. And I don't understand that black red land. Okay, let's thirst for meaning. If we don't get an enchantment we want to discard, then we can discard two lands. Two lands, I guess. Yeah. We will eventually want the Curator's Ward for the Solemnity, or we can also use it to enchant a Witching Well and draw a bunch of cards. That's also reasonable. There's no rush, like we're at 20 life, we haven't taken any damage whatsoever yet. And we're just taking 2 in turn 5 or something, turn 4. It should be fine. Not thirst, so let's try first with the land. And then, since I don't feel under too much pressure, there's our Solemnity. Isn't this nice? Isn't this beautiful? Okay, so what do we not want? Probably to revitalize, since life is a mere concept at this point. Hopefully, we get to cast these two before we get to zero life. That's the dream. Oppo suddenly getting the big hitters. Wow, that's really. I could really pump a lot of damage. So I want to start with 9 lives here because with this gene, they could potentially increase the damage, but not the sources of damage. So 9 lives is gonna get like 3 counters, and that's it. That should be fine. That's beautiful. We're gonna get 3 counters, and then we're going to be stuck on 3 counters forever. If we can get a land, then we can protect the Solemnity to the last attack next turn. Otherwise, we just play it and hope they don't hold any enchantment hate. They could have a bounce spell, but even if they have a bounce spell, they don't kill us. This is the dream, folks. This is the thing that we wanted to do, and we're doing it. It feels good. It's amazing how so few people concede to this combo. Like 9 lives and then Solemnity, people never concede, never. People want a combo that makes them lose to concede, but they never concede to a combo that makes them not win. Even though it kind of is the same thing in the end, isn't it? Isn't it, folks? Light is the absence of darkness, or so they say. And this is the funniest part of the thing. They keep attacking. Attacks just don't mean anything. Maybe they don't understand how it works. And that's fine for the first turn. But after that, why would you keep attacking every turn? Just don't. It's meaningless. And this is the seal that secures the deal forever. A perfect tomb of life. 9 lives forever. Forever invisible. Forever invincible is what I wanted to say. Forever invincible. Forever inevitable. The cycle of life, my friends. Cycle of life has stopped forever. There is no use in attacking. Search in your feelings. You know it to be true. Search your feelings. Ow. Even my cat is attacking me. don't understand how limitless cycles of life work. They keep attacking, folks. They know not the absurdity of life. It's a Sisyphus myth over and over again. This is the real meaning of this deck, friends, to illustrate the absurdity of life. But I'm going to help them see it more clearly. What use is attacking when you have no creatures? Thank you, Echidna. Am I pronouncing that correct? Is it Echidna or Echidna?
Always loyal. That is a soldier's duty.
Echidna, okay. That sounds like a Greek, the name of a Greek something, Greek god or something. What are they doing with this Luca thing? We're not running counters in this deck at all, so we just accept everything as it is. Oh, I just looked it up. Echidna is an animal. I didn't know that.
Even titans obey my commands.
Interesting. I don't know what to make of this planeswalker, but let's just exile it because then that's gonna get hopes up. I don't want hopes up of anything. Oh, Kidna was the like the goddess that made Medusa, right? Is that right? Does she have something to do with Medusa? Crystalline Giant. Why would you play something like that and equip it in this board? People have the weirdest hopes and dreams. Like, what's that going to ever do? Makes no sense. I guess they're hoping we mill ourselves. That's probably it. Let's show them clear the mind, and that should put their minds at ease. Unless they're tinkering with the idea of conceding right now. What draws cards here? Nothing. Pretty much revitalize. That's it. We have Nose crying, so that's very unfortunate. There's this crying. There's this crying. This is nice. Does it have? It can't even get counters. It can't even get any abilities. This is the saddest crystalline giant, aka Mechagodzilla, I've ever seen in my life. It's really sad. I don't even want to exile it with the bindings. It just doesn't make sense. Basically, once we secure our life totals forever with this combo, we're just looking to draw like Fave Wishes or the Giant and attack them for 7 until they die. Or with the Fave Wishes, just bring tutelage or something. Of course, they're going to keep attacking. Something very interesting is the Solemnity does have a lot of numbos in this deck. Like this lassiter plating doesn't amass, or it can't. It creates a 0/0 zombie and then puts a counter on it, but it can't actually put the counter on it. So the 0/0 zombie just immediately dies. Also, sagas don't work with the Solemnity, and the first iteration of this deck had a lot of sagas. It had the Birth of Miletis, and we had Elspeth's Conquers Death. So we had to remove those because Solemnity renders them moot and useless. Farika's Libation. What was that? Uh, was it What was Libation? I don't remember. Does this work? I don't know how this bot works. Let me try. Yeah, is it you sacrifice a creature, sacrifice an enchantment? Okay, that part might be a problem. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it does. It does work. Like it does resolve, but we're running lazative plating, and that negates the target player part of the libation. So far, nobody has played that against us, I think. Um, and then, even if it resolves, because we don't have platings on hand or mana available or whatever, as you can see, we're running other enchantments other than Solemnity in Nine Lives. If we have the curator's ward, then we can sack that. If we have an excellence binding lying around, then we can totally sack that. But in some scenarios, I assume that yeah, it would be very unfortunate if we go like nine lives solemnity and there's nothing else on our side of the board and they go freakus libation, yeah, then that would totally blow us out. Planet cleansing, yeah. Planet cleansing, there's a bunch of planeswalkers that could ruin us. And like I say, we're running no counter spells. So in those cases where they play a planeswalker, then we just excellence binding it. That's the main reason why we're playing these. If they play planar cleansing, then it's just GG pretty much. But who plays planar cleansing really? That would be that would be really amazing and surprising. I don't think anyone plays that card. It's going to be like I'm sure it's going to happen. It's going to be very surprising. But I don't think many people play that card. We don't have two blue, so as you can tell, it is pretty slow once you are invincible. That's what. Why can't I say that word? Yeah, once you reach invincibility using these two cards, then the path to victory is slow, but it is pretty much safe. But the deck is not about winning fast or winning at any rate. Like it's not a spike deck, right? It's just a janky deck. I just want to turn. I just like turning Magic's basic rules upside down and see how people react. So now you can't win by attacking with creatures. What are you going to do, right? You can't win by dealing damage to my face. How are you going to find a win? And it is possible. You don't have to even destroy my enchantments to do it. There are ways in which you can totally win. Like I said, one of the ways you could win is just by draining lives. Vampire decks are very interesting to play against because they have a lot of draining. Like there's a vampire that when you attack with a vampire, e- target or each opponent, I don't remember, loses one life. I guess its target opponent loses one life, and you gain one life for each vampire attacking you. And nine lives doesn't get around that, around loss of life in general. So any card that says lose life on it, that's a liability. But you gotta have the goods, right? Like if this person has something on this 73 card deck that potentially could win the game now, which I don't think they do, then that's a good reason for continue continuing playing. But if you don't have anything, if you just have creatures, why are you even still here, right? Maybe why they again. This is my like my guess is they're just hoping we mill ourselves out, which is of course not going to happen. We have tools in our deck not to lose by self-milling. That's all I want to do, to show them that we have the tools. And then maybe they will concede. I can't play two blue blue, thank you. They probably don't understand. Yeah, some people don't understand the combo. Really, you can read the cards. You have all the time in the world. You have like 20,000 turns to read them all you need. Reading the cards explains the cards. Reading the cards explains the combo. Also another like cute thing about this combo is Solemnity turns off a lot of decks. Sometimes I play Solemnity on turn 3 and they just concede because the whole deck is about counter spells or about counters, putting counters on creatures and or putting counters on things, and that invalidates their whole deck. It's pretty funny. Okay, so now actually now that I think about it, I should put something else in the wishboard. There's a lot of things that I could still put in the wishboard. It has some slots left. And one of the things I should put in the wishboard is a clear the mind. Because even though we're running two in the deck, we might need a third for whatever reason. So this is one of our safest win conditions, but there's also Dance of the Manage, which is a lot more fun, a lot riskier too. But let's start with this. Maybe they have a 70 plus deck, so that's gonna take a while, but still, let's start there. Exactly, just to show it so they can safely concede. Like that happened last game, I think. They conceded to clear the mind, which is insane, right? But now, once they see that their only hope was me self-milling, and that's no longer an option, then they can go ahead and concede. Maybe that gives them a clue. I know it's not enough, but it perhaps offers a clue. They're thinking a lot. What would they be thinking a lot about? Maybe they just left. They are AFK, or they could be roping us, just casually roping us. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Thank you, Echidna. Catch you later. See you around. They did what? They did what? This is not a permanent, unfortunately. It's on the stack. So that's going to happen. They actually cancelled. Wait, couldn't they have cancelled something else? Like, couldn't they have cancelled the granted sorcery? They cancelled the creature instead. That makes literally no sense whatsoever. None of this game does. But that's what happens when you play Solemnity plus 9 lives. Nothing in the world makes sense. That's kind of nice, isn't it? It shows people the absurdity of life, the cycle of life at an end forever. And people do weird things like attacking when it means nothing. They perfectly know it means nothing because they've done it 1,000 times. But now that we can't lose, let's start winning. That should leave enough mana to Lazada plating in case they manage to do something worth their while. Which seems unlikely, but you know, just in case. They might get the giant eventually because I don't have enough mana to protect it from more removal, and they're probably holding 4 removal spells in their hand right now. Since this is like the first creature I ever play in this game. Oh, why, thank you. Let's do it again with. Yeah, with Hexproof this time. Once again with Feeling. Okay, they're in the rope again. They're against the ropes again. That's not unreasonable. I think we find a clear the mine and basically they concede. Let's see if I'm right. They're probably AFK, doing the chores of the house. But here, Oppo's hopes and dreams are crushed forever into the eternity of the cycle of life, stopped forever. What? What? That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate and bad for us. That's one way we can lose, actually. A bunch of counters. And we didn't even have the mana to pay it. That was hilarious. Hilarious. We get another go next turn, though. Hopefully, we don't miscast then. I mean, we're still attacking for 7. That's not nothing. Let me fix that camera. Crystalline Giant does nothing. Sure. If they're holding more counter spells, then we might be in deep trouble. But let's set this up as dramatically as possible. Because reasons. First, let's remove their only sad blocker. This sad Mecha Godzilla, which can't even get counters on itself. Now let's attack them for 7. I mean, we still have 11 turns. That's 77 damage. It's not like they have a bunch of blockers. So really, this is our main win condition. If we can resolve Clear the Mind, then that would be great, but I don't think it's necessary. Go ahead, cast Miscast. They have the mana this time. They didn't. Their hopes and dreams are now completely crushed. Their hopes and dreams are debris, are detritus floating in the river. They don't want to block? Okay, that's fine. They prefer the meaningless attack instead. Sometimes our choices are like that. When life is absurd, we make absurd choices. And one more go. Oh, I'm not gonna waste time. Just going to attack them for 7. That should be enough. Look at this nonsense. Drawing cards and creatures. 100 of them. Good job, we did it.